Alright, so it has been 3 weeks since my last episode, and I'm going to show you what's going on up here. I thinned them out. Decided I was going to grow all four of the Pancas that I had going. So I thinned them out, put them in their own cups, thinned out the lemon drops to, just one plant, and, the same with the others. So I've got 4 Pancas, 2 Amarillos, a pineapple, and a 2 lemon drop. But they're all going to be thinned out, so I'm going to end up eventually just having the 4 Pancas and then, one of the other 3. So 2 of these cups will disappear eventually. So once I decide which, plant is growing better, I'll get rid of the weaker one. So, but just to show you what's going on up here, these plants were infested with gnats, and I picked them up one day, and I had squeezed the the bottom of the cup and to break up the soil, because I was contemplating on getting rid of the soil anyway. I didn't really like it. It thinned out, or it dried out too fast, and it was too clumpy. So I just didn't like that soil, and the plants were small, so I started thinking that they were stunted because of the soil. Well, I think it was a 2-part thing. I think they were stunted because of the soil. It just wasn't. It was not good potting soil, and it was stunted because of gnats. There were thousands of gnats down in the soil of this plant, and when I had squeezed in these plants, when I had squeezed the bottom of the cup, they just went everywhere. There was a lot of them. So I had put each plant in a Ziploc bag, in the cup, so the gnats couldn't just fly out and stay in the room. And I went outside and changed out the soil and gave all these, new soil, and then I had a bowl of some vinegar up here with some dish soap to catch, any of the remaining gnats, and there really weren't that many left. So yeah, it was it was pretty sad. So the plants originally, they're getting off to a rough start. They were getting a little too much light at first, and then so that slowed them down, and then they got infested with, or I put them in bad potting soil, and so they didn't grow like they should, and then they got infested with gnats, and so they just stayed stunted. They were small. So after I did all that, look at this. So they're coming back with a vengeance now. So very green, starting to get nice and leafy. The leaves look great, perked up. They're no longer sagging and wrinkly. There's still a couple stragglers, leaf there, and a couple on this one that, were damaged, but I'll grow new leaves. So they're coming back, and they're coming back with a vengeance. So that's what's going on with these guys. Just thought I would show you that. So just keep an eye on your plants, and know that gnats are more than just a nuisance. They affect the growth of your plant. So anyway, let me take you outside and show you what's going on out there. Alright, so this is what's going on outside. This is in Anaheim. There were a ton of peppers on here. I harvested them, so I've been making, see some on there still. They're still everywhere. So you can see where my hand is at. But yeah, they're still everywhere. But I harvested a ton of them, and then I roasted them, and I'm putting them, fire roasted them, and peeled them and everything, and I've been putting them in eggs and all kinds of stuff. But they're definitely in there. They're everywhere. So I picked off, I don't know, like 60 peppers between the 3 of these plants. So they're growing kind of small, and I don't know if that's because they're in a container, but they're ripening. So this is what I've got going on over here. Let's see, what is that? This is the purple bell, which makes the other one the Carmen. These plants have been suffering. They're not, the growth is okay on them, but they're not really producing. I think I've got like one pepper here. And I think one or two somewhere else. It's not really producing very well. Got those two from Walmart. Just not growing well. This is the other bell pepper plant that I had. And as you can see, it's not. It actually had I don't know, 8 or so bell peppers on there. And they were just growing real tiny. This plant's just not doing well. It's too hot. This is that long slim Cayenne that I don't know why I keep out here. I guess I kind of hope it does something, but it's not. It has one little pepper on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm gonna end up just taking this out, so you won't see that the next video. That's the Serrano. I picked off a ton of fruits on here, so there's not too many left on here. There are somewhere, but oh, there's some back here. I picked off a ton of them. Here's the hot Hungarians. You can see they're growing everywhere. We even got one getting orange back there. I picked off a ton of these, fire roasted those as well. This is a sweet banana. This is another one that I picked off a ton of them and fire roasted. I must have picked off 15, 20 of them and fire roasted them. Great. In fact, I almost like those fire roasted more than I do the Anaheims. And I never thought I would say that because I love Anaheims. So this is the jalapeno. See, that guy's turning red. I got jalapenos everywhere. There were a whole lot more, but I harvested those. I made a couple batches of jalapeno poppers, bacon wrapped and cheese stuffed, and then I gave like 30 of them to my sister-in-law. So I picked a lot of jalapenos from both these plants. So it actually came from both these plants. So there's still some on here, still producing, looks good. This is my MOA. This is one of my MOAs, and this has got some fruits on it. You can see it's finally turning orange. It's actually got quite a bit of fruit on it. This plant isn't producing too fast. This is my other MOA, and as you can see, look at that. Look at all the... And I've already picked 30. I harvested 30. I made a hot sauce out of these. So this plant's growing really nicely. The shape of the pods are odd though. That's a cool looking pod. So I'll keep this plant for next year. This one, I don't know yet. We'll see. This is the hot chocolate. And as you can see, they're all red. I got a couple guys waiting on seeds on this plant. So once this finally browns, I can send out some seeds to people. So looks great. A lot of pods. This is the Carolina Reaper. Look at that. Gnarly, dude. Gnarly looking things. Mean peppers. I've already picked 4 off that ripen, and I put 3 in a hot pepper sauce, and cut up 1 and to try it, and whew, oh, those things are hot. So this is the Trinidad Moruga scorpion. Look at that. That guy's ready to be picked. A couple of them. Pods look really good on this plant. This is the Fatalii Jigsaw. And this is another plant that I have people waiting on. So, waiting on seeds for this one. So, this one's probably, no, that one's still orange. So, but it looks good. Oh, this is the chocolate something. Chocolate Bhut Jolokia. That's right. Keep breaking all my sticks. So, chocolate Bhut Jolokia. Ton of fruit on there. Starting to mature. You can see the leaves are still, some of them are still dead on it. Most of them came back though. The heat out here and the humidity has been horrendous. This is the chocolate habanero. I harvested a bunch of these. I harvested probably 20 of these. Look at that, beautiful. Everywhere. Everywhere. So for the most part, all my plants are growing really well, except for the ones that I got from Walmart. The Serrano seeds, those 2 plants in a pot over there, just not growing well. It's not growing well at all. Anything that I pretty much didn't get from Walmart is growing well. So I won't do Walmart peppers anymore. Here's the red Savina. Look at that. Everywhere. Pods everywhere. I harvested a bunch of those too. That went into that hot sauce that I made. And this is the red ghost. Look at these tiny little pods. Tiny. But they're everywhere. And they're hot. I tried one. So just because they're small doesn't mean they're not good. In fact, on some pepper plants, even though the pods get bigger as they grow, they're hotter when they're smaller. But so that's what we got going on outside. So that's pretty much it for out here. I'm not going to show you the plants that are over there. They're pretty heat worn. The tomatoes got sun scald leaves. They're just heat worn. They're still fruiting. I got my watermelon plants. They're still fruiting. My green onions I finally harvested and took those out, so the green onions aren't over there anymore, and the lettuces, isn't over there anymore. But other than that, there's not really much to show over there. But yeah, just so extremely hot. Looking forward to summer. Summer cooling down. And once they do, I bet you a lot of these plants really start taking off. So whether it gets under 90. So anyway, thank you for watching.